As a web developer, you should try to ensure that everyone access and enjoy the internet almost like an architect that needs to design a building with ramp and rails so that it is accessible by all. You need to build a website in a certain way to improve accessibility. When the Web Accessibility Initiative or WAI was launched in 1997, the creator of the World Wide Web, Sir Tim Berners-Lee said, "The power of the web is in the universality access access by everyone regardless of disability is an essential aspect." Web accessibility aims to allow people with disability to understand, navigate, and interact with websites. A common misunderstanding is that it refers to visual disability, but in fact, it includes all disability that affect interaction with websites, such as audio and visual disability, cognitive and neurological disability, and physical and speech disability. Web Accessibility Initiative develops specifications and supporting resources for accessibility. They are considered international standard for web accessibility. In fact, web accessibility is becoming a requirement in many industries. In 2016, the European Union approved the Web Accessibility Directive, which requires websites and mobile applications of public sector bodies to be accessible to those with disability. Let's explore some examples of how accessibility is provided to those with different disability. People living with disability often use accessitive technology to aid them in browsing the web screen. Reader software can read the content of websites and everything that is happening on the device. Screen readers are used not only by blind and vision impaired users, but also by those with reading or learning difficulties. Speech recognition software can turn spoken word into computer command or dictative inputting text. This is useful for people who may not be able to use a mouse or keyboard due to physical or neurological disability. Subtitles and video scripts and videos provision. Assistance to those with audio and visual disability. There are many steps that can be taken to improve accessibility. It is good practice to think of accessibility from the beginning of a project. It's a lot harder to rework the project to be accessible later on. If you use the correct HTML structure and appropriate element as a foundation, it will greatly improve accessibility. In this course, you will learn to structure your HTML properly and follow best practice to support accessible technology. For example, having text that is not contained within proper tags like paragraph or heading tags makes it harder for assistant technology to interact with the content. Similarly, using multiple lines breaks to break up text and add space also represent barriers to accessibility. These are just simple examples to improve web accessibility. However, in the future, you will probably develop very complex user interface, and to make them accessible may not be as straightforward as just having correct HTML. Fortunately, one of the tests of the WAI is to define the accessible rich internet application or area specification. The area specification outline different techniques to improve accessibility for complex web apps. Now, you know about different accessibility technology, and you should use correct HTML structure and appropriate HTML structure and appropriate elements to improve accessibility.